Hello and welcome to today's February 22nd Daily News Report. There's a lot of important information in this update, so please watch to the very end because what's going on right now will affect your wallet. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. I'm so glad to have you here again today. You watch this channel each and every day because I keep you in the loop on what's really going on in the U.S. economy, with President Biden, and in Washington, D.C. So let's jump right into today's news. I'd like to thank today's broadcast sponsor, ShipStation, and I'm going to tell you how to save the company you work for a lot of money later in today's video. Well, it seems the then presidential candidate, Mitt Romney, was right when he told the world and President Obama that Russia was the biggest threat to the world. Even CNN today said, we mocked Romney and he was right and we apologize. There are parts of Ukraine that want to be a part of Russia. Last night, three big things happened. First, Vladimir Putin ratified these rebel states as belonging to Russia. Next, he pushed military troops into these areas to secure them, and now the United States and NATO is saying he's made his move. Then the Russian parliament voted to give Vladimir Putin approval to use military force outside of Russia. Republican and Democrat leaders are now calling for the harshest sanctions to be placed on Russia. NATO allies in Europe did the same thing. In fact, remember, Biden shut down the Keystone Pipeline and then gave the approval to Russia for the Russian Nord Stream 2 pipeline heading into Germany. Well, now Germany is shutting this pipeline down. However, Putin isn't worried about lost money since he controls the power and the resources for his own people. This does two things. It will make energy costs go through the roof in Europe and will likely find its way in the form of higher prices here in the States if this stuff continues to escalate. Second, it allows Russia to keep the very resources they need in order to protect their people and defend their country, leaving Europe extremely vulnerable. So now a potential war or military conflict 5,000 miles away could make all forms of energy you and I rely on more expensive. Now, this goes against everything Biden said he wanted, but in order to counter these high prices, coal could once again become a dominant energy player here in the States, as well as the need for nuclear energy in order to keep up with the energy demands here at home. Remember a week ago when the Canadian truckers blocked materials from entering the United States on the Canada-Michigan border? Well, we rely on Canada like Europe and China rely on Russia. Russia controls a good percentage of all the building materials, minerals, natural gas, oil, steel, and more. Now, I have a lot more to tell you, but first let me tell you about today's video sponsor. I want to thank today's video sponsor, ShipStation. So many of you have had the company you work for sign up to save money with ShipStation that they've asked to sponsor one of my videos again. The U.S. economy is off to a good start for many businesses, and the habit of buying items online isn't going away. And right now, companies countrywide are looking for ways to save money, and you're about to look good to your boss by helping them save money with ShipStation. Members of my community and the company they work for get a 60-day free trial by going to shipstation.com/Stephen Gardner. ShipStation makes handling orders and shipping needs affordable and painless. Now, did you know that over 100,000 businesses use ShipStation to do shipping and save money? So head to shipstation.com/Stephen Gardner to get your 60-day free trial. Help your company compete by shipping more in less time while saving money. I'm going to leave a link below so that you can copy and paste it over to your boss or manager today. All right, now let's get back to today's news update. Okay, going back to the Canadian truckers, several Republican lawmakers are putting forward a bill to give Canadian truckers harassed by their own government asylum and work permits here in the United States. They say if Canada doesn't want you, the United States wants you and needs drivers immediately. There is a trucker convoy planned here in the United States, and it's set to roll into D.C. around March 1st when President Biden is scheduled to give his State of the Union address. The White House and Capitol Police are putting fencing back up around the Capitol and calling on the National Guard to be on high alert for the incoming truckers. They're trying to secure as many tow trucks as they can and bodies in order to defend the Capitol. I don't think it's going to come to that. These truckers just want mandates to go away, and they want the government to stay out of their life when it comes to shots or passports, things like that. I think it will probably be peaceful, but we'll see what happens. With everything going on in Russia and Washington, D.C., the stock market is reacting out of fear, and many stocks are dropping. Also, crypto is dropping based on fear of the stock market dropping. So it's kind of a negative domino effect going on today. I'm not sure how long it will last. Now, this could be exactly what the Federal Reserve needs to cool off the stock market. But then again, they might just raise rates in March as they promised in order to further tamp down inflation. If these stock market drops continue, this could be the best stock and crypto buying opportunity of your lifetime. So stay tuned. If you have extra money, this may be a great time to jump in because of everything being in a major dip. Now, regarding the Build Back Better bill, top Democrat and former presidential candidate Michael Bloomberg said, Democrats have gone too far. It's time to pull back. They've pushed the country too far, he said. If they don't do a major course correction right now, they will be wiped out in the upcoming election. Now, Bloomberg is over Bloomberg Media, so he sees all of the articles being written. He sees what's going on in the country. Bloomberg said extreme Democrats are so concerned with whether a school's name is racist, they've forgotten to educate the next generation. Democrats are so concerned with social welfare that they've forgotten the very people they're fighting for, and they've forgotten to make having a job a priority. Bloomberg said, we must take care of the people and focus on what the people need and want, not our own agenda, or it's over. By over, he means control of the federal government at the House, Senate, and presidential level. He said, mark my words, the swing voters will decide the upcoming election, and right now they're heavily leaning Republican. Many wealthy investors are saying the government can save taxpayers about $550 billion in the next Build Back Better bill by making more tax credits for businesses versus printing more money taxpayers will have to pay back in the future. They say we have the money and the desire to invest in green energy and climate changing products that create good jobs, but there aren't enough good tax credits to risk our own money. So perhaps the government should look at using that money to improve people's lives and give entrepreneurs and inventors more tax credits to incentivize them to spend their own money. So basically, listen, you could take $550 billion off the table, or you could put that for social safety net programs. You could use that for a stimulus check, or you could use that to bolster food stamps, or whatever the program is. They're saying we have the money. We now need the protection and the incentive to go spend it. The White House announced it will use hundreds of millions of dollars from the infrastructure bill to invest in the metals and minerals supply chain. If the country is going to spend over $1 trillion on infrastructure, green energy, and creating millions of high-paying jobs, it's going to need minerals and metals. This means mining companies, mineral companies, and metals are going to get a huge boost as mining for metals and minerals has not gotten the proper attention it needed for many decades. There is a silver and gold and nickel and uranium shortage in the United States, and we just potentially started a war with the one country that holds more of it than just about anyone. So from batteries to cars to bridges, the United States is going to need building materials like we haven't seen in 50 to 60 years. So a lot of those mining stocks I've been telling you about, everything connected to infrastructure is going to get a huge lift. The Supreme Court has decided former President Donald Trump does not have executive privilege and ordered him to release White House memos, his whereabouts, and his visitor log to the January 6th committee. More than a dozen states' attorneys general are calling for the resignation of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. They say if Mayorkas isn't willing or able to control the flow of illegal immigrants and illegal drugs across the U.S. southern border, then he must resign, and Vice President Kamala Harris should be replaced as border czar. The mayor of Ottawa, Canada, said he is working with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to get permission to confiscate all the truckers' trucks and equipment and then sell it and put that money back into the city's budget. The situation continues to be ugly in Canada, and their driver shortage will likely only worsen as they punish truckers and repo their trucks. By the way, thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like. It's hours and hours of research to bring you all the most up-to-date important information in as short a video as I can. Now, this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more with you. Whew, that was a lot in one short video. A lot is going on. I'm going to continue to keep you in the loop on what's going on. In the meantime, get your name entered to be one of the winners of the $5,000 in cash that Casey and I are giving away thanks to generous video sponsors. Also, before you click off, copy and paste my link and go save the company you work for a bunch of money on shipping. I promise they will thank you for it. Hey, I just want to remind you that you are amazing. I really appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.